Hello everyone, my name is Sanket Joshi and I am from PrepWorks. Today we are going to see the next hydraulic circuit, that is known as sequencing circuit. So this circuit is basically used where we are supposed to perform the operations in sequence, that means one after the other. Suppose say we are having two actuators with us. First we are supposed to actuate this first actuator, and then after performing the forward and return stroke of actuator 1, we are supposed to carry out the return and forward stroke of the actuator 2. So in a way we are activating these actuators in sequence. So in cases where these sequential operations are to be performed, this circuit is going to be used. Now here in the sequencing circuit, the primary components are going to remain same. That means there will be first oil tank, then filter, then pump motor, then pressure relief valve. After that, specifically in the sequencing circuit, 3x2 direction control valve will be used. Here it will be push button operated. After that comes the sequence valve, then check valve, and then two actuators. Right? So first, we are supposed to actuate this actuator 1. Now let's see how it is done. For actuating the actuator 1, that means for carrying out the forward and return stroke of the actuator 1, the 3x2 DCV will be put in its first mode of operation, where pump port P will be connected to actuator port A and tank port T will be remaining closed. Because of this connection, the oil which will be getting pumped, it will be supplied from this particular pipeline. Then after passing through this line, it will be passed to the actuator 1. Right? It won't be passing through these two lines where the sequence valve is mounted or where the check valve is mounted, because both the valves now are in the closed position. Right? Because of this, the oil will be passing through this particular line and it will be entering the actuator 1. It will be applying the forces on the piston, which will cause the piston to move in the downward direction, and that is called as the forward stroke of the piston. Because of this forward stroke, or because of this movement of this piston, the spring will be getting compressed. At the end of forward stroke, the spring will be expanded and it will be pushing the piston in upward direction, and that is called as the return stroke. Because of this, the oil on the top end of the cylinder, it will be coming out of the actuator and it will be developing a pressure in this particular line. Because of this pressure built in this particular line, the sequence valve will be now opened, because this pressure will be sensed by this particular pilot line. Now since the sequence valve has been opened, the hydraulic oil which will be getting pumped for the pump, it will be supplied from this particular line and it will be entering the actuator 2. Now here in the actuator 2, it will be pushing the piston in downward direction. That will be the forward stroke of actuator 2. Now during return stroke of actuator 2, the spring which was compressed during the forward stroke, it will start expanding and it will be pushing the piston in the upward direction. So this is the return stroke of actuator 2. Because of this upward movement, the oil on the top end of the actuator 2, it will be coming out of this particular line. In the meantime, the direction control valve will be put in its second mode of operation. And in this second mode of operation, the connections will be like this. Now, pump port P will be closed. This will be connected to tank, and this line will be connected to actuator port A. So because of this, the oil coming out of this actuator 2, it will be moving from this particular line. Opening the check valve, it will be supplied back to the tank. Now here it won't be moving this. Now here it won't be moving through this particular line, since this sequence valve is a unidirectional valve. It will only allow the flow in one direction. So because of this, it will be moving through this particular line. Opening the check valve, it will be supplied back to the tank. So this is how the operations of actuator 1 and actuator 2 are carried out in a sequence. That means one after the other. And this is how the sequencing circuit is used in the practical application area. So I hope you have understood this working of sequencing circuit and how it produces the operation in sequence. If you have any doubt regarding this session, you can post it out in the comment section. If you want to give your feedback about these sessions, you can also post it in the comment section. If you are finding the content of this channel really helpful and interesting, please do like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for upcoming videos. Thank you.